said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to Amon G. Carter Stadium in Fort Worth, home to the TCU Horned Frogs. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the West Virginia Mountaineers, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the TCU Horned Frogs. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. The Mountaineers will boot it away to start the game. The returner will field it and bring it back. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Horned Frogs offense will get the first swing of the game. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if
breaks into the open. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Motion from the wideout. On the option. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down.
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the wildcat formation here. Got enough for the first down. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Illegal blocking.
Just when they thought they had the big play, the penalty wipes it out. Line gets set, first down. He's going to run it. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Oh, they are breathing a sigh of relief after that recovered fumble. Wants to fire on second down. He'll pull it down and run. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Might be decision time if the defense can get a stop on third down from the 45. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. The Horned Frogs will call on their punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. He makes the fair catch just outside his own 10 at the 11-yard line. So the West Virginia Mountaineers offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming to this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. And the Mountaineers will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for a position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again. Create some momentum. Just get a few first downs and in scoring position.
They forced ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there. And the Horned Frogs are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Fires to the big fella. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Rushes on him. Finds his big tight end. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Offside, defense.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides in the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess, and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and then the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
Touchdown, Horned Frogs! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the SEC. Tennessee is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the momentum may be turning. These Vols have picked themselves up off the canvas before, and they are capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Alabama. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have SEC fans buzzing all week. Guys?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Let's take a second here and think about West Virginia. Breaking into the top 15 is one step closer to the college football playoff. We've made it this far. The dream is within reach. Question becomes, will they take the next step, Jesse?
But you got to keep winning. Now when we're talking about this team, you're hearing college football playoff in the same sentence because of where they're ranked in the top 15. So, David, as they move forward, they've got to continue to elevate and ascend their talent to play on the field.
Yeah, and it's exciting, right? To be mentioned, it's exciting. To hear yourself talked about on shows and to be a team that's getting respect is great. Now, let's keep pushing that pedal to the floor to be the best team we can be.
The Mountaineers want to crank the tempo.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
He makes a little bit of headway and is pushed out of bounds at the 43.
For a wide receiver screen to work, you've got to have better blocking out in front by other receivers, and they're just not physical enough at the point on that last play.
They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And really good job getting to the quarterback. That's priority number 1, trying to get pressure on him, get him to the ground as a bonus. They had 6 sacks in their last game. They got to keep building on.
Oh, he's got enough space. Touchdown, Mountaineers. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And the extra point splits the uprights. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Fielded in the end zone. It's Hamilton. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. TCU has it back and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. He'll ride his man on the option. The give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Thomas looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. That's caught. It's Gossett. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. The Horned Frogs will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not going to risk a return here. Calls for the fair catch and makes it just around the 30-yard line. He'll pull it on the read. Running into the open space. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down. And the Mountaineers want to pick up the tempo.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. It's Blunt. There he goes. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. The Mountaineers are marching down the field. Quickly out to the tight end. He is guided out of bounds, and they'll mark it at the 28. From the gun, running back gets the give. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. And the Mountaineers will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Excellent job on the punt. Bounces out of bounds at the 5, and they'll have 95 yards to go in front of them. First play of this drive comes from the 5-yard line. Wide receiver comes in motion. The option look. They get him for a safety. He tried with everything to scoop it up and get it out of the end zone, but they were there to stop him.
And that's exactly what you call complementary football. The punter doing a great job downing the opponent inside their own 5-yard line. Then the defense takes the field and they get the safety. You've got to love that if you're the head coach.
They'll run it to the right side. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Offside. Defense.
That's just a mental error. On defense, you got to watch the ball. I understand the quarterback shouting and he's clapping and there's all this crowd noise, but you just got to hone in, watch the football before you come out of your stance.
They'll run the RPO and throw it right. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. Both teams made no secret they wanted to target their big play receivers, and they've done just that in the first. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. The Mountaineers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Leaves it with the back. Turning it on. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. And the Mountaineers are in the hurry-up.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play call. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Blunt. And this one will be stopped for no gain. So now it's second and long.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
Pulls it in. It's Blunt. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. And now on second down for this offense. Back to pass. Grabbed behind the line. It's Eaton. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Line is set on third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He's got it. Tight windows, no problem to grab the tackle, and it's first down in the red zone at the 10. He wants to throw it again. Snags it. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Quarterback on the keeper. Only able to pick up a yard before he stopped, and now it's 4th and 3. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. And this ought to be a chip shot from about 20 yards out. Good, right down the boulevard. The lead now 5 here in the second.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll bring it out. It's Hamilton. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Off the play fake on first down to throw. They're working that left side. He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum. They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Got his man on the right. Still on his feet at the 45. Ridden out of bounds at the 45. A big play for this offense. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Horned Frog just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. He got enough for the first down before sliding, but there is a marker on the field. It might be coming back.
Hold.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. First down for this offense. Thomas back to pass. Makes the grab. It's Hamilton. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing...
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. The Horned Frogs will punt this one away. Fair catch is made inside his own 20 at the 17-yard line. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
To the air on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Eaton. That's midfield. He's got room. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a 1st down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss. The Mountaineers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking to fire. The screen, he can go.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receivers somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
Catch in the middle, it's Eaton. Tackled right at the 43-yard line, and this D didn't let him sniff that 1st down marker. They booted away on 4th down. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Looks as if he's going to run it. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there. 3rd and long coming up. Trying to pick up a 1st down. He leaves it with his back. Almost got to the sticks on 3rd down. Able to pick up 6, but they're looking at a 4th and 1. And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? He has the 1st and still on his feet. Down to 2 minutes to play. We'll take the timeout. They'll talk it over. A chance to tie or even take the lead before the break. And the Horned Frogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Trying to make magic with his feet. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. 1st down here for the offense. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Finds his man. It's McWilliams. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. The Horned Frogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. Now on the option. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. 3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity.
Oh, there's an alley to the left, and he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, TCU!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And with the extra point, they have a 2-point lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
And it just means more in the SEC. And take a look at how things are playing out here. Tennessee is on top, but it's not like Peyton Manning or T. Martin are playing quarterback today, which is why they can't pull away. They're up by 7 over Alabama. Implications galore inside the SEC, and we'll circle back if anything big should happen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Let's see what they've got on second down. Wants to go up top. Caught near the sticks. It's Watkins. They bring him down, but not before he gets a first down at the 35. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Got his man. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. They'll go to work in the air on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical. And early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. And the Mountaineers decide to punt it away. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Thomas looking to fire. Makes the grab over the middle. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. Looking to throw on first down. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. You've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far in Fort Worth. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double-team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Amon G. Carter Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. And the Horned Frogs will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And he's coming out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. West Virginia has it, and the offense ready to go to work. They start this third quarter, 1-possession game, and breaks into the open. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Offense set on first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Finds a spot in the middle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. From the gun to give, looking for room. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Mountaineers will punt it away on fourth down. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Boy, did he show it all on that return. The speed, the explosiveness, and took a little momentum with him out of bounds. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. On the option. They go to the ground. Got the first down. Looking for more. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here, trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch, man, he's going to get it to the outside, and you see the speed on the perimeter. Really clever play call that time by the O coordinator.
And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Trying to set up the screen. At the 20, he's got space. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Snap to the back. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Horned Frog!
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
The extra point is good, and they have a 9-point lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's see if they decide to punt it. And the Mountaineers will line up to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. He'll do it himself. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Thomas back to pass. He's got the tight end. Oh, there might have been trouble if they had knocked him down so quickly. The Horned Frogs come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Under fire. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job keeping that guy in the pocket.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Pocket breaking down. He'll get down to avoid the hit, but he might not be able to avoid this penalty flag.
Hold.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Second down coming up. Back to pass. Get it out to the supersonic guy. A big play. Gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44. And the Horned Frogs come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. Touchdown, TCU! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
Yeah, and that's a nice job selling it by the offense, dropping back, making it look like it's passed. That running back slipping out of the backfield, throwing him the football, getting a dynamic playmaker in space, and he says, I got this, I'll do the rest, and gets the touchdown.
He's got it. Two-point try is good as they build on this lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll return it. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. West Virginia has it, and the offense ready to go to work. First play of the drive, wants to throw. They get to him as he throws.
Well, this is a big moment for this offense, too, because you want to capitalize on getting the turnover, right? You just threw an incompletion. Now you got a big down coming up. You've got to find a way to make a play here so that you can generate points and capitalize off of the opponent's mistake.
The Mountaineers moving quickly to the line. Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Right down the middle. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. And the Mountaineers line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Just needs a crack to get a return. He gets a block. You want to talk about dynamic ability to flip a field on display right there. And it was just about a return for a touchdown. Motion from the wide receiver. Thomas looking to fire. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll go to the toss. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And guys, they really need to make something happen on this 3rd and long. It's incomplete, and this sophomore quarterback usually makes that throw every time. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. Field goal is good. And now the lead is even bigger. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. They'll try the run. Nudges ahead for 1 out to the 16. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. 3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. He's going to throw deep right side. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down. The Mountaineers send out the punt unit. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
Man, I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. Back has it. They might go back to that one in a big spot as they pick up the 1st down out of the Wildcat. The Horned Frogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
And I think after that play there, you're seeing how this offense is staying committed to having some balance. They've had so much success early in this game throwing the football, right? They've been lighting the scoreboard up through the air, but they also want to keep the defense on their heels, so you continue to run the football. Even if you're not breaking off 60-yard TD runs, you got to have that balance.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. That's the end of the quarter, and TCU has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. They'll try to pass their way in. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. This is a money play on 3rd and goal. Using his feet. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Here comes the field goal unit. They're on the left hash. He'll have no trouble with the distance, but that angle may give him an issue. He slides that just inside the right upright. And that lead grows even bigger. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. That last completion sets him up on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Safe completion on the screen. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Picked up some yardage on that completion, but still a 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area.
Oh, he's got some space. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. And that is a punch right in the gut to make a play like that and have a penalty wipe it out. Thomas back to pass. Under fire. That's a fumble. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. And the quarterback tried to make something out of it with his legs, but instead, he turns the football over.
And this is what you like about the quarterback. You don't want to handcuff him. You want to give him the freedom and the flexibility to get outside and create. That's where he's brilliant. That's really the added element he brings this offense. You do need to reel him in with respect to the fundamentals and taking care of the football. It just has to do better moving forward.
They'll run play action. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag.
Holding.
So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's 2nd down. Line getting set on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Zings it complete to the right. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Holding.
That penalty will back them up some more, half the distance to the goal. After giving up the safety, they'll have to kick it away. He's in open space downfield. And the Horned Frogs now can really generate some momentum if they turn that turnover into points. From the gun, give on the inside. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. The Horned Frogs have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
On the snap, it's Hamilton. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough for the first down, and they might mark that down to use the Wildcat again. And the Horned Frogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Leaves it with the back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Kept it on the ground on first down, now back to the line. Out of the gun, the give to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
The Horned Frogs will call on their punt team. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. West Virginia has it in the offense ready to go to work. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. On the run, it's Eaton. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process.
Yeah, this offense has to find a way to run the football. And they got to get more creative or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Looking downfield on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. He's got him. They could have used a little bit more there. Pick up a 3. It's 3rd and 7. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Gets it to the back. There he goes. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. It's incomplete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Gonna look downfield again. They're setting up the screen. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we've certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Complete to the left. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. Makes a grab past the marker. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. The snap sets up to throw. And he was shooting for the end zone there, and they couldn't make the completion.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and get into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
The offense will quickly use a timeout. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. Oh, they're after him. Big fella moving. He found some running room but needed just a few inches more to put it in the end zone. A fourth quarter field goal down by this much, that's a lot like putting a lips. Touchdown, Mountaineers! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Your boy KC is all over it, fellas. Here's a final between the Vols and Tide. Tennessee left little doubt. You know, this version of the Volunteers can hang with any of the teams of the past. And remember, this is a program that went 13-0 en route to a national title back in 1998. Each week in the SEC, the tests are just so tough. And we found that out today again, guys, with another good team taking one on the chin.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Guys, I think we all expected this game to be close. Couple of teams of this caliber, but boy, what a statement by the underdog in this one.
And there's going to be a big movement in the rankings after that performance. That team that got the win today, they are going to get moved ahead of their opponent. It's one thing to beat a ranked opponent, David. It's one thing to blow the doors off of them. That was impressive.
It's impressive. It's huge for them. Obviously, we know what's going to happen when they're going to move up the charts, but the other side is equally as depressing. I mean, they're going to fall like a rock. This wasn't even a competitive game. This is a bad day, and the rankings will reflect it when they come out.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.